Welcome to 2K Sports, and we've got basketball. I'm Damon Bruce. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Toronto Raptors. And without any further ado, let's head to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew at the arena. I'll be back at halftime.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke.
Has been in the rebuilding process for a while now, and even though they still didn't crack the postseason, they were able to do something they haven't done in several years: win more than they lose here in Toronto.
And it might seem like such a small accomplishment, but going back to what you said, Clark, about the Raptors, but they are a young team, and it takes small steps like that to climb up the standings. Steve, you know this, year to year.
Yeah, no question. I mean, unless you have a once-in-a-lifetime or at least once-in-a-generation type player in the draft, you have to do it with smaller steps, and that's what the Raptors are trying to do.
Slams it home for the putback.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
And that's the kind of energy you need on the offensive glass. That's the only way to get it done.
Now here's Shumpert. Chandler outside. Back to Shumpert. Lets the three fly. And Brooks comes up with the rebound.
You know, one of the big things that Iman Shumpert brings to the team is his pressure defensively on the perimeter. When you have a guard like him who can go out and bother ball handlers, they can really take an opponent out of its offense.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Shumpert off the bit from Trujillo. Passes it to Bernard. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one. And Shumpert had that ACL tear in the 2012 playoffs, but after missing the first month and a half, Clark, I thought he bounced back pretty well.
I'd say he did. I mean, there was some concern. His game is really predicated on his athleticism at this point, but he looked pretty good. Not a great outside shooter, but he cut his turnovers down and showed he could still elevate for some spectacular finishes, and is not bad shooting the ball from the three-point line.
Now here's Marion. Brooks, the pass to Marion. He dishes it to Gay. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jeffries. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. .130 left in the first quarter.
Guys, we know it was a struggle last season for the Timberwolves, but against the Eastern Conference, they were pretty competitive. Nearly had a .500 record against teams from the East.
Kicks it to Chandler. Pass to Turk-Yilmaz. Defended by Higgins. Turk-Yilmaz passes to Pekovic. Just 2 to shoot. Great D that time from Jeffries. Well, back to the Timberwolves, that's a marked improvement over how they've done, Steve, over the past few seasons.
Yeah, the last few years, that's easily the best winning percentage the Wolves have had against the Eastern Conference. And they won't want to take much from last season to this one, but maybe that's something at least they can carry over and try to build on.
Clock management, this is where, Steve, they can get a 2-for-1.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. As long as the first one's a good one, and now you play D, get the ball back, one more shot. And that's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
And Brooks, here we go. Marion kicks to Gay. The pass to Higgins. Kicks it out to Gay. No good on the triple. Timberwolves trailed by 3. Chandler down low. He's covered by Gay. Bernard. Another miss by Minnesota. Here's Marion. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Raptors lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
And I thought they built this lead mainly because of their work on the glass. They really dominated the rebounding total.
And it takes an effort from all 5 guys to get a rebounding advantage like that. Everybody has to rebound the ball. That's how you finish off your defense.
Timberwolves trailed by 3.
Well, no team likes to have their first-round pick belong to another team. It gets worse when you're a lottery team yourself and you're trying to build your talent base up. But the Raptors' number 12 pick in this summer's draft went to one of the elite teams in Oklahoma City.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Tucker. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't also mention his supreme shot blocking. And he doesn't do it softly. He comes up with emphatic denials.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Hey, Kevin, at 6'11", 290 pounds, Nikola Pekovic may be the most physically imposing player in the game. Rick Adelman said, quote, he's such a force inside. Guys just want out of there. They don't want to go against him. Pekovic said, the goal is to go inside and win the game, whatever it takes. Many people don't like when you play physical. Some respond, some don't. Kevin?
And he does. Thank you, Doris.
Well, he's a player who knows his game. I mean, he's a physical enforcer type guy, and he makes no apologies for it.
Now here's Granger. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Well, Clark, as you said, the Thunder got the Raptors' first selection this last year. Only the way the Raptors would have been able to hang on to it was, Steve, if they jumped up to the top 3 in the lottery.
And as bad as it might seem for the Raptors to have not had a first, I mean, and it is bad, it was as good as any other time for them to not have a first-round pick because the draft wasn't deep, and the Raptors have a lot of young talent already, and that they can make improvement with.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Well, Minnesota won 31 games last season, but only 11 of those came on the road. For a team that was battered and bruised heading out on a lengthy road trip is often a recipe for a losing streak, and that was the case for them last year. The injuries just really bogged them down.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Well, picking up again on the Timberwolves, road travel can be especially tough on them just given the geography where their home city is in relation, Steve, to the rest of the NBA.
Well, particularly in relation to the rest of the West, because, you know, there the Timberwolves are up north and kind of in the middle of the country. So they have a lot of long trips. But, look, there are no excuses in the NBA. I mean, everybody's got their own adversity they've got to deal with.
That's tipped. On the wing, Shumpert. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Tucker dishes to Shumpert. Hands it from downtown. Shumpert's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3.
Johnson with it. Now guarded by Tucker. Johnson kicks it to Tucker. Back to Johnson. Here's Harmon. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Tucker. 12 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Out of bounds, Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Four on the clock. Here's Bernard. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Puts up a prayer. The shot is off. And a tight game here as we end the first half. Timberwolves ahead, leading by a point. Keep it here for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll see you after the break for the start of the second half.